Hi Year 6, welcome back, Mrs Powell here, and thank you to everybody who took the time to share me into their work last week. It was fantastic to see all your amazing artwork, so thank you. Now today we are going to be exploring colour theory. Just to remind you, colour theory is about how colours work together and how different colours can be made. So today we're going to explore something you have looked at before, but it's a kind of refresher. We're going to be thinking about how to make tones and tints. Just to remind you, a tone is when you make the colour darker by adding black, and conversely, a tint is when you add white to any colour to make it lighter. So we're going to make a tone and tint landscape. So let me show you how it's done. So you're going to start your tone and tint landscape by obviously having your paper orientated landscape, and then you're going to start with the foreground. Now I'm just going to draw a simple sort of wavy line and put a tree in there. You don't actually have to put a tree in if you don't want to, but just you can keep it as simple as you'd like. So I'm just drawing the foreground, okay, and we're going to have different layers behind. So here's some hills going behind, across like that, and let's just do another piece here. Just sort of, let's put another tree in there, like a kind of oaky tree shape there. Okay, and have that just tailing off there. And then behind, we'll just put some like mountains. So it's a bit of a rolling hills going to mountains in the background. Okay. There we go. And then finally, some hills way in the background. Okay, so you're ready to add your tones and your tints. Now for that, you can use any base colour you like. Remember, a tone and a tint is made from a base colour. So I'm actually just going to use red, as I like red. So I'm going to use this red here as my base colour. Now, to create a tone, you need your base colour. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my base colour in the lid. Now the lid of your palette actually comes off, so you can use it quite handily as a mixing palette. So there's my base colour. I'll actually put my base colour here so you can see what that looks like. So that's my pure red. I've actually got the wrong size brush, I realise, so I'm going to swap over to my thinner brush so that I can get the detail of the tree in there. Don't worry too much about going over the edges. There we go, just put that in there. Okay, tuck that behind. Bit more paint. Remember to add plenty of water as well, so that your watercolor paint goes on nice and smoothly. It shouldn't be dry or scratchy. It should have a nice smooth finish to it. So just go ahead and put that there. Okay. Last little bit. Okay. So there is my base colour red. Once again, you can use whichever colour you would like. I would stay away from brown or greys, because you can't get a really nice tone or tint from them. Okay, so there is my base colour. If I add black to it, which I'm going to go ahead and do now. Actually, I'm just going to put some of my base colour in the palette alongside, so I can show you how to make a tint. Right, so I'm just going to add a bit of black to my red. Okay, so that's going to be my darkest tone. It's actually, it looks almost black, but when I put it on the paper, so my darkest tone, anything which is nearer to you, is darker in tone. As things recede into the background, they look lighter. Okay, so oh yes, you can see that that's a really nice, almost black, but not. It's picked up some of that base red to make a really dark tone. Now I'm not going to finish that. I'll show you a speeded up version in a minute. I just want to show you the converse of a tone, and that is a tint. So I put my red in here, then I'm going to get my white tube of watercolor paint and then just add some white. Okay, and I mix that up. Okay, and then you can see you've made a tint. So pink is not a colour, it's actually a tint of red. Okay, so then you're going to put that behind, so I hope you can see that it looks lighter in tone. So then for your next tint, you're going to add even more white, then even more white, and the background is virtually white. Okay, I'll speed this up to show you the whole process. So I'm just adding the final bit of almost white in the background here. Okay, so I hope you can see paint actually when it dries might not dry quite how you expect it. Sometimes dries a bit darker, sometimes a bit lighter, so you might need to adjust it as it dries. But I hope you can see, and this happens in real life, that things which are near you are darker in tone, and as they recede into the distance they get lighter to produce these lovely tints. So this is my tone and tint landscape. Once again, you can make it as simple as you want, just so long as you've got the foreground, the middle ground and the background in there, and of course you can choose any base colour you would like. So if you want to share your work with me, remember, please put it in your art portfolio, which you'll find in the Art Google Classroom. So I hope you have fun with this activity. Good luck and keep drawing.